Okay, we're doing part 2 here. I never thought that I'd be interested in talking to a fire chief. I thought this would be boring. But no, this is better than talking to the chief of police.
Well, I'm happy to hear that.
This is part 2. Your name
Roger's
is...
great, though.
No, Roger's not. Hey, he's a Newfoundlander. What the hell? No, he's good. He's good. Let's hope we can do something. Okay, focus. Your name is?
Dwayne Killingbeck.
Chief of Police in Fredericton.
Fire chief.
Fire chief.
Yeah, in Fredericton.
I was doing so good again. Maybe we should do part 2. No, let's go. Like we're talking about, you see a fireman, like you said earlier, Turkey Drive. You see
Right.
them with a uniform, and you know, like, okay, and how much that weight anyway? The boots and the...
Everything all together is up to 70 pounds between
70 pounds.
the air pack and all of our boots and our hats and the parka that we have to wear even in the summertime. It's heavy.
And there's an accident, and then you see them with the broom and cleaning.
Those
the
are the
area.
easy. Those are the easy ones. Those are the ones we hope we have all the time.
Exactly. And that's exactly where we're getting at.
Yeah.
It's just, it's a fireman and the police officers. Police officers, yes, there's, it's almost the same because they have to go to the first, they call it first responders for a reason.
Right.
They're the
First
first
on
one
scene.
there.
We're there to help. Police, fire, ambulance.
And you were a fireman for how long?
21 years.
21 years.
On the trucks.
And
yeah.
you've seen a lot.
I have.
When you go to an accident and you have people trapped, does those scream people? What does people? They holler and then scream, cry. What's
Absolutely. If we're actually happy if they're screaming and crying because it means they're awake and they may be in pain, they may be stuck, but they're still conscious and alive to save. So it's you were asking before. It's very stressful, of course, but we recognize there's a job to do, and we just stay focused and we talk to them and say, look, we're here to help. This is what we're going to do. We usually have a firefighter that is their job is to deal with the patient and keep them calm and explain what the process is, because every second that goes by for that patient feels like an hour. So and if they're just waiting for us to do something, they're wondering what's going on. So it's important for us to make contact with them and keep them informed and be as fast and as efficient as we can. And we work well together with the ambulance attendants because we have medical first responder training, but the paramedics are the specialists, right, on scene. So they have a role to play. We have a role to play. We're supposed to get them out safely, and they're supposed to take them and give them medical care and get them to the hospital as quickly as they can.
Is it the same? I'm sure that when they go in training for CSI, stuff like that, the first one on the scene.
Investigation.
Investigation. Then they say, okay, whatever you're seeing on the CSI on TV there, forget that right now. Just get that out of your head. That's not the real thing. That's on television. Have you had somebody come here and say, I want to be a fireman? Hold a ladder or whatever, put down fires, and just see the scene like an accident and say, hey,
it's not for me.
For me, I'm out of here.
Well, it's usually, for us, we take firefighters that have gone through a firefighter college, that have done training. It's over 4 months of training. They learn all the basics about firefighting. They learn what they're in for. They get some experience around that, and they typically will come to a Fredericton or a department like us and do on-the-job training. So they come and they work alongside of us. They get a chance to go on calls and see the types of things that you're talking about and get a better feel for, first, if they can do the job, if they like the job, if they're set up for it, and then get experience, right? And then after that, then they go and apply. And they would apply here and other, usually there's not very many jobs considering how many people are interested in firefighting. It's a good job, like you were saying earlier.
Good money.
And good money, and also if the people that want to help, there's a lot of people out there that are excited about this line of work.
But it's not an easy job.
As far as the process to learn whether they're cut out for it, usually along the way there they figure it out whether or not this is for them.
What's the shortest you ever had? The shortest guy been employed here, besides being fired.
Besides being fired? That's a good question. Most of our people stay. And some people leave to go to another fire department. There's been a couple that have lasted for. I just thought of the person. There was one that was here 10 months, and I think 10 months, and decided it wasn't the job for him. But out of the 100 people that I've dealt with, or maybe over 100, he's the one that comes to mind, which is a very, very low amount, really, if you think about it.
But it must be, it really, you have to bring your work at home.
It does happen. Yeah, it's hard not to.
You guys have some kind of chaplain here? Or
we do have a chaplain, absolutely. And then we have we call it a...
You do have a chaplain?
We do, yeah.
So if
He's
there's
excellent.
domestic dispute and bring it home, they call the chaplain?
There's avenues, not just the chaplain. We also have it's called the Mental Health Resiliency Program. So meaning that if someone's finding they're struggling with something, whatever it is, they can reach out and get help from a counselor, from a doctor, and if they need it, a psychologist. A direct line. They don't have to talk to me. They call a number and they get to see that person right away.
To get their frustration out right here in York Street in the summertime, you, the chief, do you stand up? Okay, boys, come on, let's go. We're going to go walk up York Street and come back down just for the exercise.
Well, we don't do that because we have to stay in the station. But
Charlie,
I'll tell you what we.
Charlie, shut up. You might come right after me. Give you some ideas.
I'll tell you what we do is we have gyms in every station. We want our people to be fit because it's a hard job. It's a very physically demanding job. So when we have downtime. We actually carve out time every day for someone to go work out, be active, do whatever's good for them. We also we've trained our people to be fitness trainers on every shift. We have people that can help people with programs, healthy eating and things like that. So we're promoting a healthy lifestyle as much as we can, giving people the tools to do it.
We're doing this ADHD style. We're jumping all over the place. Jaws of life. I know. Jaws of life.
Yes.
Now, the cars and I'm sure they make car easier to split now.
You'd think they
separate.
did. No, not really.
Oh, no, because that's right. Safety is more important now.
That's right. It's all about safety.
Ever had a smart car?
Crunch smart car or hybrid cars or something. It's more of the hybrid car than the smart car.
What's that?
Hybrids means it's electric or...
the electric.
Yeah, because of course they're high voltage, right?
Okay.
And there's wires going through in different places in the car that you wouldn't have if you were in a gas-powered car. So if we go to cut somewhere to take the roof off or take a door off, we have to, if it's a smart car, we have to know where to cut and where not to cut.
Wow.
Because if we cut in the wrong place, we get lit up like a Christmas tree. So,
yes.
So yes, it's important to have that knowledge. And as I was saying to you earlier, things have progressed. We've gone from having hydraulic tools that were very bulky and cumbersome, that had long lines attached to motors, and now we have e-hydraulics. We call them. They're battery powered. They're very relatively.
Do they go to
every
call? Do they go to every call with you?
They go in our rescue truck, and we have them on other trucks as well. That they're available at every motor vehicle call.
So what's the most dangerous car out there that?
I don't know if there's one that leads the way as far as, because different cars have different issues. Like I said, if it's a electric car, like the Teslas, or there's a bunch of hybrids that are both gas and electric, right? Those are probably the most difficult cars because there's two different systems going on. You've got the electric system, which is high voltage, and then you've got your gas powered. So you have two sources of danger, whether it's fire danger from the gasoline or electric danger from the battery.
Interesting, very interesting. And how much they cost?
The tools?
Tools.
Well, example would be we call a combination tool, or it's pretty much the same price. If we have a cutter and a spreader, so we have one tool that's a cutter, one tool is a spreader, and then we have rams that allow us to push things apart. And roughly each one costs about $17,000 for a cutter or for a spreader. It's the average price now. It's come down a lot since when I came on the department 21 years ago. It's actually cheaper now than it was. Usually things get more expensive. But
you had less car accident those days, huh?
I wouldn't say that. There's more people in Fredericton, so there's probably more often.
Well, now there's more distraction.
There's more distraction. That's a big issue. Yeah.
And there's one other thing I wanted to say, and I forgot. And then when I click this off, then I'll
come right back.
I'll come right back. I hate getting old. I should mark. Because I want to think about it. That's what Steve Murphy does, I think.
Takes notes.
Going. Yeah, takes note. No, but it's coming back slowly. The emotion of being a fireman when they It's not easy. I mean, if what they seen, the first responders, let's see, it's coming straight at the end of the tip, and I can't just. It was a good one, but that's okay. It's a hard job.
It is.
It is a hard. I'm not kissing ass to nobody. As a matter of fact, I came here with an attitude. How tall are you again?
6'7".
6'7". That didn't scare me. Yeah. So I mean, but I thought the attitude I had was the communication between.
Oh yes.
That was my attitude. And
Okay.
then you said the police scanners and the scanners that the public connect to a website and the public will know. But then we start talking about the emotional issue of being a fireman, and a lot of people got to hear more of these stories. It's not just putting down a house, a firehouse.
No, it's way more.
Oh, that's what it came back.
Okay.
Sorry.
We talked long enough. It came back.
Yeah, it came back. When they have an accident, and let's say there's 5 people in the car, and the fireman has to talk to them and blah blah, and then they let's say they rescue them from near death. Do they do a follow-up? Do they go and see them in the house? See, are you okay?
Yes, you actually see that in the movies, right? Where firefighters go and see afterwards.
I never seen that before.
Well,
no.
they
do?
I've seen shows where they do that.
Couple, yeah.
For us, unfortunately, like we get them to the hospital. Sometimes we don't know what happens to them, and it's important for us to know, right? So we're always trying to find out, how did that person do? Are they okay?
Yeah.
It's in some cases we have the opportunity to complete the circle and find out how people are making out. We wish we could do it more often, but it's also a private thing, right? We do our job for them. We get them to the hospital safe, and we pray that they're going to they'll recover. But we don't always get to know. It's very helpful for us to close that, because we're in the job of helping people, and we want to know if we did a good job and that they had a good outcome.
Like there, that envelope. Do you get that envelope there?
Sometimes we do, yes, and we love when we get letters and cards from people saying thank you for helping us and to let us know what happened. Those are amazing. Yeah, and when we get one of those, we send it out to the whole shift and let everyone know.
Your salary of $140,000
$140,000
is nothing compared to a nice thank you note.
Oh, absolutely not. That's what I didn't sign up for that salary. I signed up for helping people and feeling.
But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
When you get that,
there's no comparison.
No comparison.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of stuff that's going on, and it's all good. Did I miss anything?
I think we covered a lot of ground
We
today.
went all over the place.
It was great.
You know what? I think we'll do maybe a yearly thing, like just sit down,
do a check-in,
see what's going on, and if there's a now we broke the ice here, so Charlie, don't push it. If I hear something, a tragedy, blah blah blah, I could
check in with me.
Can you do? And there's no editing. That's why I'm always in trouble. There's no editing at all. Just I make you look bad, make me look
keep it
bad.
Raw, right?
Keep it very. They don't come as raw as this. Listen again. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Merci.